So on your Topo map, you'll find in the legend that there is a datum for your map. On this map, its datum is a NAD 27, which is a North America datum of 1927. You need to set your GPS to your map's datum. Another feature of your Topo map is your map scale. On this map, it's 1 in 24,000, which is also known as a 7.5 minute map. Along the edges of the map, you'll see a series of numbers. In this case, we have 569, 570, 71, 72, 73, 74. What these are is a UTM coordinate system, which is what I'm going to set this map up for. You'll see these blue tick marks, these lines here. So what I need to do is to lay a straight edge from this edge of the map all the way up to the other edge of the map, and then draw a line, and do this on each tick mark. They're on this side, and they're also on this side. So I need to draw my UTM grid on this map. Some maps will come with the UTM grid already drawn, other maps won't, and so you need to draw the grid on here. UTM is a coordinate system that we will be using with our GPS, and also with a base plate compass, and I'll explain later. Okay, so I have my grid drawn on here, and I got my compass laid on here. What I'm using is a base plate compass. What I look for when I buy a compass is that the compass has to have the same grid on it, grid scale, as what my Topo map has. So this is a 1 in 24,000 grid, same as my Topo map. This tick marks on the scale here, they fall right within the grid that I have drawn on here. Within this grid, this is 1,000 meters by 1,000 meters, which is kind of nice to know. It helps if you are using pace count, pace beads. I keep my pace beads on my keychain. I wear this around my neck when I go hiking so that I have keep my keys with me so I don't lose them. Okay, these numbers here I got off of my GPS. These are UTM numbers. When using these UTM numbers, I find that I only need to use the last 5 numbers. The last 5 numbers are the numbers that I primarily use. How do you use those on the map is with the compass. I use the 1 in 24,000 grid. If you look at the scale on here, you have, it's like a dot, like a hole right here. And then your numbers start ascending 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then descending 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What you do is you find, for instance on here I have 70, and this is easting, so this goes across this way on the map. So I look for 70 up here. So here's my 70, and it's telling me 7523. So I'll lay the compass, and I'll get this line here. I get this line, and then I get my numbers from off of my grid, off of my template here, and I'll choose my, get what I consider close to be as close as I can to the 5 to the 523. So I've got 70, 523, and that's where it's at on this way. Now my second set of numbers is my northing numbers, and so I'm at I'm looking for 09, 529. So off to the side I have a 09 right here, and here's my grid line. So I'll set my compass template as close to 529 as I can, judge it to be. And so my position, when I took this, I was right here on my map. So I was right here. This is how you find yourself on your map using a GPS, compass, Topo Map. Now my rig was parked over here. So to get back to my rig, I can set my compass where my current position was at. Set my compass where my current position was at. Point it over to where, lay the straight edge here. From there to where my rig was at. And I turn the bezel on my compass until you have these lines that are inside where they match up with they're running parallel with one another. And then when I start navigating back off my compass, I'll rotate my compass until the red needle lines up with north, where in the north you have this hollow arrow on your compass needle. It's solid. So when you have the northing needle in the hollow arrow, basically the dog is in the doghouse, and that's the direction that you travel following your compass. So when you get this set, you can turn your GPS off, put it in your pocket, and then you can navigate back on your compass. So now you know where you're at, where you're going to, and the direction you're going to follow off of your compass. You can, at any time in here, you can pull your GPS up again because of the terrain or the woods or whatever, you just can't travel a straight path. You can travel in that general direction, and then if you want to get another reading, pull your GPS out and just repeat the process, and you'll get back to your rig.